Hey everybody, today we're visiting a car wash owned by an individual with big time tech and remote management experience who has just joined the car wash industry. Hi, I'm Jim McClyman, Senior Vice President, Sonny's The Car Wash Factory. And today, we're here in Lakeland, Florida at Total Package Car Wash, meeting with owner Robert Hagerman. Before venturing into the car wash industry, Robert Hagerman spent 15 years at Microsoft as an enterprise architect. He worked with clients like Coca-Cola, Delta, Seimens, and the Home Depot, reinforcing technology objectives and how technology improves processes. And today, we're learning how Robert quickly educated himself about the car wash industry, took the entrepreneurial leap, and throughout the process, learned how to manage a successful wash remotely, thanks to the right technology and the right people. Robert, thank you for having us here. It's a real pleasure, and welcome to the industry. It's great to have you.
Thanks. We appreciate you coming out and visit.
So Robert, with 15 years of experience at Microsoft, what drove you to the car wash industry?
Well, you know, as my career was kind of ending in that industry, I started to look around at what sort of investment opportunities there were out there. And I liked what I saw in the car wash industry, specifically a big fragmented industry, different services being delivered to customers. And I thought that focusing on the customer, giving them the best experience every time, I thought that there was an opening for the little guy to come in and try to compete.
I agree with you on many aspects of that for sure. There's lots of opportunities. It's neat to see new blood getting in here and coming from a completely different industry. You know, what things kind of were similar or different from a technology standpoint, or things that drew you into the car wash industry, coming from your background?
Sure. Well, I think first off, car washing is not a bucket and a sponge out in a driveway anymore. There is a lot of technology in the car wash today. We're driven by digital systems. Digital interaction with our customers makes that experience more of a high-tech, customer-focused experience. So there's a lot of technology that allows us to up that customer bar every day.
You know, kind of talk to us a little bit about your site here. You and I were talking about where it started, where it transformed. Tell us a little bit about why you ended up in Lakeland and why you ended up at this site.
Sure. Well, like anyone, you do a lot of research to make sure that you've got the right metrics, traffic count, demographics, and the like, and we found a good location. Although finding a good location is not the easiest thing to do, and then trying to get it permitted and everything in place, it just takes some time. We were able to work with a good seller and a good community here where they wanted us to be successful, and so we figured out how to make that all work. The site in general, we've got our self-prep stations, 10 of them. So prior to going to the pay stations, you get a chance to prep if you've got any stubborn stains or bugs on it. 3 pay stations, 135-foot tunnel, and then the aftercare here in the vacuum lot with 25 vacs and detail locations.
So Robert, Lakeland, Florida, you live in Atlanta. How has that worked for you?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of anxiety as we were putting the business together initially. Being that, there is a cash aspect to the business. There's a lot, we have employees that are out interacting with our customers every day. So we gave it a lot of thought before we jumped into it. And between the technology, Sonny's back-end system that allows me to understand exactly what's happening at the wash, combined with the video systems we have, I feel like I'm at the wash, even though I'm in Atlanta every day. I really wanted a strategic partnership with a vendor that I know would be there to service and innovate along with me. So my choice with Sonny's, I think, was excellent from day one, but it's also grew as Sonny continues to expand. So the experience has been great from that aspect.
The name suggests total package. It is a total Sonny's package. Everywhere I look is some sort of Sonny's, but really the controls to me is what I like to talk about the most, especially when we're talking about you know, you being an absentee owner and far, far away. It's not like just down the street, you can't get here in a minute. Talk to me about the controls. You know, what drove you to that? What are the things that made it really stand out to go Sonny's Controls?
Yeah, so like you said, we're Sonny's all throughout the control side of this this business, and you know, right from LPRs to the pay stations to our POS, all those items are connected through the cloud, which, you know, is an area that I'm very familiar with, and I think it's the right architecture to drive consistency in, you know, our daily activities. In fact, the architecture was able to withstand, we had a couple of lightning strikes last summer. We had 2 in 2 weeks, and we were still able to wash cars. Maybe we ended up having to close 2 pay stations, but we're able to continue to run cars throughout that period. And you know, the resiliency has been fantastic from that standpoint. We have had no significant downtime.
So with a site here in Lakeland, as I can see, you sure know how to pick a good site for sure. I see we've got Home Depot across the way. Tell me a little bit about what drew you to this site and why you went this direction.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, you know, this being my first site, I wanted to take the extra time to make sure that I did have an A site. Didn't want to get into some big competitive battles, pricing battles, where I had somebody right next door, but also making sure that demographics, you know, retail corridor, traffic counts, you know, all worked for me. And, you know, I did some learning in that area, but, you know, I had good partners in Sonny's and Mid-Florida Car Wash Services that helped me through that. And, you know, looking back, my pro forma, I've been able to meet or exceed pro forma from early on, even despite some of the headwinds of pandemics and others that we've had.
Opening during COVID, and then now that we're kind of not through the pandemic by any means, but we've seen such a change in labor, and you've done some pretty impressive things that I think a lot of other car washers can try and focus on to get the right staff.
Yeah, you know, we look at this as, you know, from a brand standpoint, we want to be consistent to that customer, and, you know, really kind of the representation of the brand outside of the building, the lot, the wash is, you know, our CSAs, our customer service associates. You know, they're a critical link to it. So having them trained in the right way, and then also having a compensation package that is competitive with, you know, the big box people. Here locally, we've got some big competitors in Amazon and the like. So, you know, we're competing for the same resource pool that against some of them, and we've got to be competitive in that market. So we want to do the right things, not only by our customers, but certainly by our employees.
Perfect. I know one of the things you offer a full benefits package, which we're starting to see more of in the industry. You know, we're kind of losing that old school car wash mentality, but now it's at a whole nother level. I mean, you've got people being offered $18 an hour to go here or there, and you know, I think that's pretty impressive on some of the things you've done there.
Yeah, well, you know, I think, you know, number one, offering a competitive package is certainly important, but it's then, you know, creating a culture within your organization where, you know, they're going to have other opportunities. We know that, and if we can make this more of a family, or the culture is right, combined with that comp package, we think, you know, we're gonna get our you know, unfair share of employees here.
You know, and for us, it's like at Sonny's, it's all about culture. You know, we're the same kind of way. It's if you can have fun going to work every day, it's not a car wash anymore.
There you go.
You know. Walk me through your packages a little bit. You know, when you were coming up with your menu design.
Sure. You know, initially we were coming in with 3 packages. We really believe in keeping it simple and straightforward. And we thought that those 3 packages would be, you know, kind of hit the space that we needed to. And then late in the game, as we said, you know, ceramics came through, and we really thought about, you know, do we want to expand to 4 packages? That's where we ended up landing, and I think it's been a good choice. So we start with our Total Clean, which is our, you know, our basic package to get people through. Total Shine. You know, we're beginning to throw in some waxes and rinses there. And then as you move up into the really the premium packages, the total package, which is the basic fusion wash, and then the upsell to the high package, which is the ceramics. So that's called our Total Package Plus.
Nice, very nice. Yeah, keep it simple. I'm with you, and it fits with the whole idea here at Total Package. Yeah. It's an assembly line with smiling people, making sure everybody's coming through. Keep it simple.
There you go.
Tell me a little bit about the LPR process, as the customers are coming in. Kind of walk me through, what you've experienced with it.
Yeah, so very, very easy interaction from the customer side. More or less pulling up, pass through the reader. We know that customer, whether they're a member or whether they're a single wash customer, they come up to the pay station. If they're a member, we read that. We give them an option if they want to change anything. And at the same time, the gate's opening, so they're moving right through. So the whole process is very short, very efficient, and a good experience for that customer.
And I think the thing I love the most about it is I've learned a little bit more about the retargeting piece of it, is you can pick and choose. Hey, I've seen that license plate 3 times in the X amount of days. Hey, let's give them an offer. It's to me, that's really impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the part that I didn't talk about was, when you're pulling in to get loaded with the smart queue, that readjust customers if we get the queue gets out of sync, that we can do that with a simple touch and drag, and makes loading real efficient also.
Yeah, and I know one of the new products now, they even have an extra camera, so you don't even have to touch and drag, which is just, it's so amazing to see the evolution of the technology and allow us to what you're doing. You're in Atlanta, either of you are here. Yeah. It just makes it faster and better customer.
Well, and I think the great thing, the serviceability of the equipment too, because these are a lot of parts that you buy off the shelf. It's not saying that I can go to Best Buy and pick them up, but they're common components, so they're easy to interact with. Performing maintenance, if we do have to do repairs, it's all real straightforward.
You're talking about the marketing and the branding and creating the logo. I mean, you started from scratch. I mean, this is coming from Microsoft for 15 years, and I'm going to be the car wash industry. Kind of walk me through, how did that process work? I believe you ended up using our SLAM marketing division, and kind of walk me through, what you went through to get to that point.
Well, kind of my career had guided me towards, the idea that, along with a good business, you have to have a good marketing plan. And so early on, we knew that there would be critical points of kind of the maturity of the business that we had to step up. So finding a good brand, and then thinking about that brand in terms of what does that brand mean to the customer. So we wanted to make sure that we thought about that in terms of how we designed our site, what sort of experience they had in the tunnel, how about when you show up in the vacuum lot, all kind of focused on driving that brand back to that customer.
Tell me a little bit about that. I remember you said something about you went to Fiverr originally when you were kind of trying to do it, and then once you made that switch, it was nice to deal with them.
Yeah, absolutely. SLAM, great group of professionals, have never done me wrong. Like I said, and we really partnered, and it was an opportunity to bounce ideas off of each other, and kind of push where the industry is today, knowing that the digital future is really where we're going to have to focus.
So in the marketing, as you were putting it together with the team, what were some of the things that you found to be the most successful?
Yeah, so I think that, the critical things for me were having a good launch campaign, and making that, what are we going to do with our digital platforms, so our website, how we were going to use either email marketing and text marketing to also drive that. Tying that together with special offers initially, to try to get people in through the door so that we can show them, what our experience would be. And, I think it was moving from, getting that introduction to more steady state. So, initially kind of building and focusing on those memberships. So rack cards that are associated with, that our CSAs at the pay station can share and show exactly what those plans look like, and kind of continually doing maintenance to the website and the like. So it's been a journey. It's just not a one one-time transaction for us. It's a partnership through the life cycle. So we continue to do that.
I'm a show guy. You know, I like the lights. I used to be Mr. Foamer. Now Jimmy Foam Sticks, as Bob so eloquently keeps doing to me. The show in there. You know, I saw you went with the dark tunnel, but it's got a different feel to it to me. Tell me a little bit about the show and what you put together for the customers.
Yeah, I think, our basic wash customer, it's just not kind of the guy with the dirty truck coming through, right? It is, a family experience. So we've thought about the tunnel and, how do we bring the signage, how do we bring the lights, really to life? And we do that by having the tunnel backgrounded in black. And through the day, we turn off all the lights. So, the foams are interacting with the lights, with the signage, and it really gives kind of a unique feel to that tunnel.
And I saw, maybe I was wrong, but I saw white lights kick on as the car's coming into the entrance area there. Is that like a pre-programmed event?
Yeah, absolutely. We, especially when it gets dark, when you're working in those dark hours, we don't want to have any safety issues. So we have lights that automatically come on so we can load that car safely and get them into the tunnel.
Very cool. That's one of the things as we were working on the new Infinity lights is, having those on the wall, we can program each section. So we'll have to, at the next site, we'll have to get together and put that together for you.
Absolutely.
As we were touring, looking at the vacuum setup, I love the fact that you went with kind of the larger canopies, wider spaces. Really, coming from seeing so many different car washes, it really has that feel of, I want to be here as a customer, and you've really done a great job with it. Tell us about some of the things you've added to the vacuum area and some of the things you've done to really kind of make it a great experience.
Sure. Yeah, kind of coming back to that customer experience, right from the width of the stalls being 13 foot, plenty of room, you can walk around, two cars can be beside each other, you're not fumbling over each other. We've got the air tools, 4 mat washers throughout the lot, so if you stop in here, you've got plenty of opportunity to do what you need to do for your vehicle to make it shiny and clean and dry.
Total Package Car Wash really is the total package. This is a great example of an owner and operation that's doing everything the right way. And now they're getting ready to do it again. I want to thank Robert Hagerman and his entire team here at Total Package Car Wash for hosting us today. And I want to thank you for watching. And now, as my brother from another mother says, Anthony Analetto, good luck and good washing.